I'm Glen Wexler. I'm a photographer, and we're here at Mr. Musichead Gallery in Hollywood on Sunset Boulevard across from the Guitar Center. This is my show called the 80s Portrait Sessions, and it's an exhibition of photography, which is kind of a time capsule of the excess of the 80s and the celebrities that kind of wore the excess, and it's supporting my new book project, which is the 80s Portrait Sessions. It's really just kind of a cross-section of the people that I shot during that time period. It ranges from early in the decade with musicians like Chaka Khan, Bob Weir from the Grateful Dead, who's on the cover of the book. I shot him in the early 80s, Michael Jackson from the mid-80s, and just kind of a range of other artists. The 80s was just a very unique moment in time. The economy was good, and it was a period of marketing excess. I started shooting album cover art when I was a student at Art Center College of Design, and the first project I shot was an album by the Brothers Johnson, who were produced by Quincy Jones Productions, that kind of opened the doors to the musical kingdom for me. It was like saying open sesame, and I got inside to like this very kind of exclusive world, and once I got in, I kind of never looked back. I began shooting a lot of album covers. I shot literally hundreds before I turned 30, and during that time period I was commissioned mostly to do these very kind of elaborate narrative works, but it also gave me access to the musicians. I always wanted to kind of back away from the more complex type of epic album cover approach and do something just kind of, you know, up close, personal, intimate, and just really connect with the artist. There's really great stories behind every session and every artist. One of the things that I have in my book is I did small little anecdotes, just kind of memories about the session and what we were doing. For me, the exhibit was really a unique opportunity to go back to my archives. It was a chance to look at some files that I hadn't seen, some as old as 35 to 40 years. So it was really kind of a trip going down memory lane. What was interesting for me is now we live in this digital world of photography, but it was my analog experience, spending years and years in the darkroom as a master darkroom printer, that informed all my decisions in creating the images for the show. So even though the work is kind of quote-unquote digitally remastered, it's the analog world it's the traditional photography that informed the digital decisions for this work. So I got kind of the best of both worlds.